Good morning, everyone. Welcome again to Can We Talk for a Minute with Lynette. It's good to see you again this morning. I hope that you've had an amazing weekend. Today, I want to talk about integrity and keeping your promises. I never know when I'm going to speak. I go over a lot of things throughout the week, and I never know until actually I get here what I'm actually going to talk about. And I've been vacillating back and forth on a couple of subjects, but I want to talk about keeping your word, keeping your promise. We talked about consistency last week, and this time I want to talk about promises. The book of Proverbs, the 22nd chapter, and the first verse says, "A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold." And I want to talk about the importance of keeping your word. A promise is a declaration or assurance that one will do a particular thing or a particular thing will happen, which means you guarantee that will happen. A lot of times as parents, as husbands and wives, we make promises to each other that we never keep. I remember when I got married to what I said was the love of my life, and he made a lot of promises at the beginning of our marriage that I really held on to. I trusted in every word that he said. And most of the time, children and wives will take the words that husbands give as gospel. Children will do the same thing with their parents. If a parent say that, "I promise you I'm going to take you to Disneyland in 2 weeks," those kids depend on that. They look at that. They sleep on that. They tell all their friends about it. And it is devastating when a promise is not kept, regardless of how big or how small that promise is. To me, your word is the only thing that we really have. And your word shows your integrity. Your word shows what kind of person that you are. And it is important that people can trust in your word. Years and years ago, way before my time, people did contracts by their word, by a handshake and their word, that a man would give his word and his word would be solid. You could go to the bank on it. And that really has not changed in the eyes of God, in the eyes of men. Our integrity is very, very important. There is a statement that says that character is what men and angels know of us, but our integrity is what God knows of us. And our integrity, our word, is very important. The Bible even tells us, "Let our yeas be yea and our nays be nay." And I remember many times promises were broken to me and my children as they were growing up. And one day my son, he was probably around 5 years old, he came to me and he said to me these words. He said, "Mom," he said, "Dad is not like you and I." And I said, "Huh?" I thought, what is this child talking about? He think his dad's an alien or what? What do you mean his dad is not like you and I? He said, "Yeah, Dad is not like you and I." And I said, "What do you mean by that, son?" He says, "Well, Dad never keeps his promises." And it really touched me. It really touched me in a way that really helped me to see how important our word is to our children, how important our word is to our mates. I made it my life's journey and my life's goal to never break a promise to anyone. I don't use the word promise, and I don't tell someone I'm going to do something if I cannot do it. I will use other words, but I never say yes. I never say yes to anything until I know I can perform it. I can tell you my son is 27 years old, and he can tell you to this day I've never broken a promise to him. My stepdaughter is in her 30s. I broke one promise to her in her life, and she was in my life when she was 4 years old, and that was only because it was a promise that her dad made to her, and they were having a situation in their lives that was causing their relationship to be strained. And so what I did was, he broke the promise, but I took the fall for it. And I did that because I felt it was more important to save their relationship than to save my relationship with her. But that thing bothered me for years, and she never knew that I broke that promise on purpose to save the relationship of her and her father. But that was the only time that she would tell you that I ever broke a promise to her as well. And I live by my words. There are people in my life right now, and I have to say this, and I don't want anyone to get offended, but I have to be truthful. I'm a very honest person. There are people that's in my life right now that will say things to me, and I'll be honest with you. I may be smiling, yes, okay, but inside I already know it's not going to happen. I already know that they're not going to keep their word, and I always plan for a plan B with them. I never depend on that because they have a history of not keeping their word. And so, and it's sad that I have to feel that way, but it's the truth because they don't keep their word. They don't keep their promises. And so I don't trust it. I don't depend on it. I don't trust their integrity when it comes to that. And so I want to encourage you today, especially those of you who are men and women of God. Our word is our bond. People should be able to trust in our word and what we say and what we say that we're going to do. They should be able to take it to the bank. They should be able to know that this man told me he's going to do this at this certain time. I can bank on it. I can trust in it. And you know what? There's something about a man or woman with integrity. People will trust you. You will have favor with them. You will have favor with God. You will win many people by the fact that you keep your word. Keep your promises. Do not break promises. If you have broken promises to someone, go back to them. Tell them that you're sorry. Apologize. Make it right. Tell them that you're going to do better. Tell them that you're going to give you another chance. Give you another chance to do better. Fix it with your children. If you have promised your children things and you have not kept your word with your children, fix it. Go back and tell them, Mom, as your mother, I did not keep my word. I'm sorry. I apologize. As your father, I should have done this because you depended on this, and I apologize. Let them know that you were wrong, and let them know from that day forward, going forward, that you're going to keep your word to them. Keep your promises. Keep your promises to God. Keep your promises to God. We make promises to God all the time. We tell God, God, if you do this, I'll do that. And yet when God does his part, we don't do our part. Keep your word to the Father, and the Father will honor you. Your Father, a good name is rather to have than great riches. All right, you guys, you know I have a recall for you. Listen, I want to tell you all right now, this romaine lettuce, it has been on the recall list too many times. I have posted this thing at least 4 or 5 times in the last year. So I want to encourage you. It's from Walmart. Walmart got a lot of issues, y'all, with their fruit, with their vegetables. I'm not saying don't shop at Walmart for it. I'm just saying be wise when you shop. This is my suggestion. Get away from that romaine lettuce, period. There is red leaf lettuce, there's iceberg lettuce, there's in it even spinach that you can use. This romaine lettuce, I don't know what's going on, I don't know where it's coming from, but it's causing a lot of people to get sick, and it's happening too many times. Stay away from the romaine lettuce and do like I do. I do iceberg, okay? Iceberg, you wash it, you break it up and you eat it. Now a lot of people I know good and well, nutritionists is going to say, hey, it has no nutritional value. You're right, it don't, but at least I'm not getting sick. So I suggest no, but really just stay away from the romaine lettuce. There's other lettuces that you can use, and spinach is a great filler in your salads if you're one who is a spinach lover. Go to that. Get away from romaine. Stay healthy. Stay safe. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you again. Have a great day.